Hello and welcome back to another documentary video. Since there was a video about how the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center being made, we're going to watch and learn how the Pentagon building was being targeted by the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Before we get to the part where the Pentagon was being under attacked, we are going to learn the history of the Pentagon. The Pentagon is located in Arlington, Virginia, across the Potomac River from Washington, D.C. The construction of the Pentagon was started on September 11, 1941. When it was completed and opened in 1943, the height of the Pentagon is 77 feet. The Pentagon has a total of 5 sides and it is shaped like a pentagon. This is why this building is called the Pentagon. Each of the sides of the Pentagon has an equal length of 921 feet. The reason why this building is shaped like a pentagon is because it is to make it easier for people to move on to next corridors, since all 5 sides are connected to each other in one place. It is a very geometrically unique looking building. The purpose of the Pentagon building is to serve defense and military. Not only the Pentagon is geometrically unique, it is also indeed the largest building in the world, covering 6.5 million square feet. The leader and founding figure of the Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden, chose the Pentagon as his target to plan to destroy it, since the Pentagon symbolizes defense and military power of America and is the largest building in the world. Bin Laden was furious about America's military being involved in the Middle East, especially his country Saudi Arabia, such as the Persian Gulf War. Bin Laden saw his country Saudi Arabia as his holy land and sacred place, and the American soldiers as non-Muslims desecrated it. Bin Laden was also furious that America was supporting Israel, especially in the conflict with Palestine and Israel, which added more of his fuel to America. And lastly, Bin Laden was not very happy about how US military actions and foreign policies were made in the Middle East due to so-called war against Islam. In order to destroy America's great symbolic buildings such as the Pentagon, Osama bin Laden sent 19 of his Al-Qaeda henchmen to hijack the planes in America. At around 8:20 in the morning of September 11, 2001, the American Airlines Flight 77 made its departure from the Washington Dulles International Airport in Virginia. Inside, Flight 77 carried 64 passengers on board, including 5 hijackers. The 5 hijackers on that plane were Hani Hanjour, Nawaf al-Hazmi, Salem al-Hazmi, Khalid al-Maihla, and Majd Moqt. Just 30 minutes after being taken off from Dulles, Virginia, the hijackers began overpowering the crew on Flight 77, which caused Flight 77 to suddenly turn back to Washington, D.C. Hani Hanjour, the pilot and leader of that hijacking group, took over the cockpit of Flight 77 and drove towards the Pentagon. Since the Pentagon is a very low-profile building, Flight 77 had to fly at a very dangerously low altitude, which could hit the obstacles in its way. The plane flew so low, it struck and knocked down the lamp posts of Route 27 highway just before it finally struck the Pentagon. At around 9:37 in the morning, Flight 77 crashed in the western side of the Pentagon. 184 people were killed in that tragedy. Coincidentally, this tragedy happened on the day that marked 60 years after the beginning of the construction of the Pentagon. Then, 1 year later, after the attack was made on the Pentagon was repaired and rebuilt. We still will not forget that tragic day that happened to this huge building. Even though terror had a strong impact on the Pentagon is standing bigger and stronger. Thank you for watching this documentary video of this particular 9/11 tragedy.